Hello, Mark and Maria. How are you? Thank you for coming this meeting with me. I wanted to start by saying thank you so much for all the useful information that you have provided me. In today's meeting, I want to talk about three things. I want to talk to you and address the request about analyzing Mark's disability insurance. I want to talk to you about housing information and the housing analysis I did for you, and I want to talk to you about the itemized deductions and having the chance maybe to move from your standard deduction when you file taxes to the itemized deduction. Let's talk about the first one, disability insurance. When we analyze disability insurance, we need to analyze the policy as a whole, and the policy has some terminology that we need to know what it means. For example, what type of insurance do we have, the elimination period, and the monthly benefit that you will receive. So let's analyze your current policy, Mark. You have an own occupation disability insurance. This means that if you get hurt and you cannot perform the current duties that are listed in your job description, you will receive monthly benefits. But you will ask me, what if I can still work somewhere else? And this is the reason why your insurance is so high, the disability premium is so high. If you can work somewhere else, but however you cannot perform the duties because of your accident, you will still receive the monthly benefit. Then we have the elimination period. The elimination period is the time that we have to wait from when the accident happened until when you will receive your first monthly benefit from the insurance. So let's say if with your current insurance, you have an 180 days elimination period. This is almost 6 months, close to 6 months of waiting period between when the accident happens to when you receive the monthly benefit. I will provide you an example later so you can understand better. The third one I want to talk to you about is the monthly benefit that you will be receiving. So in your insurance, you have as 60% of your current income, monthly income or annual income, and it will be $5,000 a month. Okay, so now I'll provide you an example. Let's say you get hurt in May of this year. If you get hurt in May of 2017, we will have to wait 6 months until you receive your first monthly benefit from your insurance. So we'll have to wait until December to receive the first one, and once you receive the first one, the total amount will equal 60% of what was your current salary at your job. Okay, so now my recommendations based on those things is, let's try to move the 100 days elimination period to 90 days. Why? Because 180 days is 6 months without any inflows coming to the family, and since you are the main source of revenue, then 6 months of not having any income, it will hurt you really bad in your cash flow and financial situation. So let's try to reduce it to 90 days. Another reason is because we haven't yet, we're going to start building up an emergency fund that will cover those 3 months or 6 months in case of an accident. Okay, my other recommendation is to increase from 60% of your current income to 80%, just to be consistent for what you want when you retire, and also because you're the main source of revenue in the house. So if we do it to 60, you're almost reducing 50% of what it comes to the house. So let's try to do 80%. This will increase your premiums a little bit, however it won't have a huge impact in your cash flow. My last recommendation is to tell Maria to get also a disability insurance with the any occupation terminology. This means that she will have to get hurt and not be able to perform any type of job for her to receive her monthly benefit. And I will suggest to do it 60% in order to be consistent with the weighting of who brings more money. Okay, now we're going to talk about housing information and analysis. I was doing your analysis in your house, and I'm going to tell you briefly what you currently have in your loan. You have a 30-year loan that you started with 148,000 principal, and your monthly payments are $1,244. As of today, you have paid only $3,000 in principal and almost $42,000 in interest. And if you stay with this loan for the 30-year term, you will pay a total of $300,000 of interest plus the total principal of $148,000. Now, we have two options. We either move and refinance another 30 years with the current rate of 8.75%. This will bring your payments down by $100 a month estimate, so you will reduce your cash flow by $1,000 a year. And if we include the interest already paid in the current loan that you have plus the new interest that you will pay, you will pay a total interest of $300,000, $7,000, only $7,000 more than the prior loan. So you will pay more money. However, in the short term, you're saving your cash flows. I will go to my recommendations here a little bit. The third option is to get a 15-year loan at 8.25% of interest rates. This will increase your monthly payments by almost $200. So during the year, it will total almost $2,400 increase in your cash flow. However, you will pay the loan faster in 15 years, and you will be saving in the amount of money that you pay in interest. You will be paying in interest $150,000 rounded, which is almost half of what will you pay if you stay with your current loan or if you refinance it with another 30-year term loan. My recommendation, and I want you to look through this, is to go with a new 30-year loan, since it's going to lower in the short term the cash flow, because we will be paying less monthly, and with your financial objectives, I think that's the smartest decision. Although I know it sounds better to pay off the loan quicker and with less interest. However, we will analyze this in a deeper way in the next meeting. And the last point I want to touch with you is the possibility of moving from standard deduction to itemized deduction when you file your taxes. Currently, you're filing jointly, and the standard deduction for 2017 is $12,700. You reduce that from your income, and then you get taxed on the total amount. However, there is another way of doing it, which is itemizing deductions. So you don't take any standard deduction and you itemize expenses that is allowed by the IRS, such as medical and dental expenses that are higher than 7.5% of your gross income. You can deduct state income taxes, property taxes, your mortgage interest, any charity contributions, and any business expenses, reimbursement unreimbursed business expenses, and the list is huge. However, with the information that you provided me, you will be able to deduct your mortgage interest, your church contribution, your state taxes, and your property taxes. Okay, and the filing is the same. You have to do it in April 15 and doing it in the Schedule A, Form 1040. Okay, so let's compare both the scenarios. If you stay with the standard deduction, you can reduce your income by $12,700 when you pay taxes. If you decide to itemize deductions, it will be more beneficial to you because you will be paying less taxes, because you will be able to itemize $24,000. I will break that number down. $4,000 of state income taxes, $4,500 of property taxes, the interest pay of $13,000, and the church gift of $2,000. These all total to $24,200, which is almost double as your standard deduction. And therefore, if we use this, it's going to help also to keep our cash flows positive. Well, thank you, Mark and Maria. These are the things I wanted to talk to you about. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.